There you go, Charles. I was a little confused. You said you were here, but kind of like that last night deal where everybody was talking and I wasn't answering anyone because nothing was coming through. I don't know what is up with this. Could be just my phone, or it could be the YouTube. Well, we just made us a few steaks over the fire, and they were pretty great. You shared out to everyone. Thank you. Hello, Alex. How are you? Well, that's cool. I try and share it out to mine too, but it keeps telling me it's not connected all to the same thing. Once Google took over all this crap on the phone, then it will not share anything to Yahoo. How's it going today, Alex? Well, that's cool. Are you at the state park? 2 more nights. Lots of people here. I think everything is booked, but one spot. I seen an opening when I walked around. Oh yeah, we went to Silver Springs. We went to Coke Creek. I went to a couple of metro parks when I was down there last month. Went to John Chestnut Sr. and his pretty nice places. I'd like to find me some of those down there, Silver Springs. Oh yeah, we've done the glass bottom boats there too. Yep, beautiful place, beautiful place. You ever heard of oh, can't think of the name of it. It's a wildlife refuge there at Claremont. Can't even think of it now, but I had a job down there last year and we went down for a month and couldn't find a place to stay. No, oh crap. It's right on I-4 there out of Claremont. Okay, he'll come to me here in a minute, but I had a job offer there and I accepted, but we went down and man, we couldn't find a place for less than $5,000 a month. I'm like, this is crazy. Well, that is pretty cool. Does he have places for campers there? I love to find me some spots down there that I can off grid. Very expensive. Hialoha. Hialoa. That's the refuge. Hilochi. Oh, heck yeah. That'd be almost as good as a African safari, wouldn't it? Hilochi. Pretty nice little place down there. Had some great trails. Goku, how are you? Professional gamer in the house. If you guys haven't already, please. Yes, you were. Hit that thumbs up. Jello, are you still with us here? Well, thank you very much, Alex. Appreciate that. Now you can share it out with all your friends. All the schools out in Florida already and people on the beaches. We will be down there in maybe 3 weeks, but we'll be near Panama City. We usually go down to Palm Harbor around the Tampa area. Oh, well, so much for the summertime. But you live in Florida, so pretty much summer all the time. Yeah, I mean, it keeps you busy. But I figured 4 more years and maybe we'll come down and just completely retire and not worry about working anywhere and have more fun to hang out in Florida. But I like southern Georgia. just as much. I'll probably stay Upper Peninsula. I don't want to get too far south, but always wanted to live in Lakeland. We go down there and hang out a lot. Lakeland and Lake Wells and Frostproof and Goku. Gojo, Goku. Which one? Which one is it? Is it two of you? Anything with the island sounds expensive. Maybe I'll win $1 billion and just buy the Florida Keys, huh? I'll be like Mr. Beast and just buy an island too. Well, you guys better be hitting the thumbs up, Goku, Goju. There you go. Is that on the Gulf or Pacific? Or Atlantic? Crazy oceans. They're everywhere. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty close up in there to where I want to be. Anywhere below Perry, Georgia would be nice. I'm sure they get a little dab of snow every once in a while, but no way, man. I would still have a fire every night. Plenty of wood to burn. Yeah, it pretty much snowed in every state this year. That weather system was really screwed up. People probably went crazy down there. Yeah, when down in Kentucky, they had baseball size hail, and then, of course, the tornado hit last night, too. Who you talking to, Goju? I have quite a few, thank you. All right, Goju, we'll see you later. Yes, it can, man. Yes, it can. There you go. Hello, YOLO. How are you? Yeah, I see it wiped out a lot of London down there, Charles. Goku, your cousin just got banned. Well, we toasted some steaks there a bit ago. Yep, Somerset also. Well, tell your cousin he doesn't come into a channel and tell people to shut up, especially me. Well, I don't know. It is like 9 o'clock now. Before it's not even dark, but cloudy and the cloud cover darkening up a little bit tonight. But yeah, at least it's not windy again. This is middle of Ohio. I don't know where you're from, Christ, but all right, man. Well, thank you, Alex, for coming in. See you later, Goku. Queensland, yeah. Well, thank you for stopping in. You didn't take off very long, did you, Goku? YOLO, how are you? I made the campfire, YOLO. I'm about to throw some more wood on it, too. We've got a lot to burn. And all night to do it. We're not going anywhere. Well, you thank him there, Goku. Thank him for saying he's sorry. I still got my big iron skillet sitting over there. You caught 7 today, Charles? Man, I haven't caught 7 this year. What kind of fish did you catch, Charles? Now you can see all the letters there. ODNR. Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Who is yellow? Two cat, two bass, three drum. You must be in a private pond. Your name says YOLO. I figure the river would be up. Just that little rain we got last night, and these streams here are solid mud. Even the lake is brown. We are camping, YOLO. Having a little fire tonight. Relaxing, unwinding, chatting with folks. This is how we meet people from all around the world. Very cool then. Saves a lot of money on travel. Hello, Crystal. How are you today? How is things in Canada? What have you done all weekend? Me too. Especially this week. 2 more days. I hate to see vacation over. Well, at least were you outside or inside, YOLO? This time you guys out of school? The Goku. I don't think he did. I think he just left. They are. Especially 7 day weekends. I could handle that. Twice a month. Well, then don't repeat what he says. If you're going to talk, you talk for yourself. Finally starting to get dark and the strange noises will. My name is Mike. Maybe even a Bigfoot will come through. Not even close. The name is Mike. ODNR. You got it, YOLO. That stands for Ohio Department of Natural Resources. I don't know how it shows on your screen. On mine, it shows out and about. Hello, Crystal. Yes, I did. Every night so far. Well, thank you, Crystal. Sometimes it just shows my name, sometimes it shows that. Hello, Joe. The Flames do. I try to get them every night. YOLO, I think when I was 6, well, I know I didn't have a computer. I'm 10 times your age. So you tell me. I like to get some of that wood. It changes the colors of some of the flames. There you go. You got it. Where are you from, Joe? North Georgia. I'm going to have to look that up and, well, thank you, YOLO. Look that up and maybe try it out the next campfire. The next little vacation was but there will be no fires. Lots of running around crazy. I will have a video out Monday night and another video out the following Friday of the 2 trips that we took this week. Still got school, huh? Everything finished up yesterday here. It's a long time. Almost all camping places have it. Some gas stations. You, huh. Well, this place definitely doesn't have it, but most places we camp, they tough to even have wood. That's why I always buy it by the truckload and keep it at the house and just bring it with me. YOLO, once you get out of school this summer, you'll be dying to go back. Yeah, if they can make more money off those students being at school, they will definitely. That's like every World Series. Always goes, majority of them will go 7 innings or 7 games. That's a lot of money if you win the first 4 and it's over. They lose a lot of money in the franchises. This fire is burning quick. I tell you, the first 2 or 3 days we were in the high 80s here, and now we're in the high 60s. Big change with this storm front and the cold wind. And last night I'm out here in shorts and a t-shirt. Tonight I got long pants and a hoodie. Well, that is true. That is true, but I know a lot of people go to school, take out loans, spend half their life paying back those loans, and not even work at a job that they're qualified for. Pants and hoodie. That means it's chilly, YOLO. That is true. That is true. I'm not saying, the problem with the qualifications, but they go to school 2 years as such to be an accountant and then end up working for Amazon or Walmart or something like that. Seems to be just mostly a waste of time if they could have come out of school and had the same job already without. And I think really the colleges, I mean, they have the stats. They can tell how many, say, for instance, accountants that are out of work, that don't have jobs, CPAs, and but yet they still want to put people through school to be CPAs. No, but yes, I have been overqualified for a few jobs that I've done. But for me, it was I can do any job as long as I like the place, like the work. But once I do not like what I do every day, and then I definitely move on. It's getting dark here, YOLO. I have had low paying jobs that I loved, and I've had high paying jobs that I hate. But that was a full lifetime ago. I'm not going to bed tonight, YOLO. That's why they call it camping. I hope to have the last fire burning in this whole place. There should be 60 campfires in here tonight. Yep, I'm almost at that age where I can just take a nap during the day. We get up with the chickens and go to bed when it gets dark, but that's pretty late here now. Yep, absolutely. I could if I needed to. Not anymore, I don't. I am living inside city limits. There is no chickens inside city limits. I can't wait to find me a place, 5, 10, maybe more, in the countryside where I can get back to my roots, if you know what I mean. Born and raised on a farm for 30 years, and now here I am stuck in the city. We're actually trying to sell two pigs for one of our subscribers down in Kentucky. No dogs. I won't own an animal that I have to chain up. When I'm out in the country, yes, there'll be another dog. But we have two cats that roam free, and we owe, if you lived in Kentucky, I could get you two pigs pretty cheap. Myself, I just love the bacon. That is the truth. There was no summer jobs for me as a kid. Believe me, there was plenty to do on the farm. I understand that, YOLO. All right, then, go to bed. Well, get some sleep, YOLO. Oh, absolutely. Would it? No, they would not be easier to manage. Cows, cows you can fence in and let them roam free. Horse the same way. Pig, they don't want to leave your sight because they know what feeds them, and they just destroy every place they're at. There's a crowd of them coming through here. They're out running around late. Yes, I live in a house. I don't know who you're talking about, YOLO. Yes, yes, they are. They are everywhere. Out having fun with their friends. Nope, I don't think I know one person in this whole place. That is true. I've met quite a few people here on the trails and walking by and saying hello and the little campfire store up here, but most people are just like me. They come to get away from other people and not associate. Majority of them have a lot of fun. And it's fun just to sit back and watch how different repeat people act to the same situation. Some people will, walk around the sidewalk or the edges, but some people will cross right across your yard or your path. Some people will wave at you. Some people won't even look at you when they walk by, but everybody has their own personalities. But if I'm walking or sitting here and I'm within 10 foot of someone, you can believe I'm going to say hello. Charles, are you still in here? You haven't said hello to Crystal. Yeah, well, that don't happen here. I have people walk by and almost kick the fire pit. There's Charles. Hello, Annie. Charles, Crystal said hello. He's in and out. Yeah, she said she come over and worked on the camera. I seen the girl sitting at the house waiting on her, so I didn't know she had the kids in the van. But all is well, I'm hoping. And at least the wind is not blowing smoke in her face tonight. That's another good positive. Hopefully tomorrow I will sleep a little late. You send them to my house, they probably ate them all. Welcome to my house. And you can see, as promised, I got me a fire poker today. That is correct. I picked up that stick about 4 miles from here and carried it all the way back. I got to flip my frying pan over and let it burn all the grease out of it. It'll be ready for bacon in the morning. Oh yeah, Mrs. D comes around when she's feeling good and okay to move. I don't ever camp with people in a group or anything like that. Every once in a while, I'll go down to my sister's, and we have some fires down there, 3 or 4 of us. We got like as we were talking about last night, we got that little get-together planned down in Kentucky there for September, October. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of people show up. But I think I would rather just hide out in the woods somewhere all alone than to have any people around, but except for the wife, of course. I don't think she would go Bigfoot hunting with me. Lady down in Kentucky says, you wouldn't go Bigfoot hunting, Annie. Memorial Day weekend, you know there's going to be a fire at the house, so bring it on over. Next weekend. Let me cook my frying pan. I'll keep it nice and hot. I might just throw a whole pack of bacon on it before we quit tonight. And that way I can just microwave it in the morning. Six people in here, guys. Say hello, say hello. I'm hoping you all hit that thumbs up already. But if you're new and you haven't, get in this chat. Hello, hello. Kia? Eak Kia? Is that correct? I probably slaughtered that name, but welcome in. Of course you did, Charles. EK, how you doing? I think the E is silent. Probably just Yak K. Yak Kia. Welcome in, welcome in. Everybody's welcome around the old fire pit, even though it's virtual. Yeah, it's only me cooking for me here. There is no like main place that anybody cooks for a group, but everybody just does their own thing at their own site. Every once in a while, you'll have a big group that comes in, and I think about, I don't know, maybe 20 of them from, I think they had 4 sites here. They all went over to the shelter and had a big dinner today and had a fun time. So it's kind of wide open. I mean, I'm sure anybody can invite you in, and I've had plenty of people like that were in different spots bring me over burgers and chili, and a lot of people are pretty friendly. And I've seen, I don't know, several people that haven't even had a fire yet. They pulled in, they set up, they run to town and bring back 2 or 3 pizzas twice a day. Or some people will pull in, set up, and then leave and not here at all for at least nighttime. Most people just stay to themselves or come in a group. So there's a couple, 2 different companies that I've seen in here that have their work trucks here. So evidently they're having some kind of company get together. Yeah, I've worked for several companies that put on big things like this, and the last company that I worked for flew us out to San Francisco for a week. Had a couple conferences and some PowerPoint shows and fed us well. YOLO, hello. But like tomorrow, I'll probably sleep in maybe till 7:30 or 8, and I'm hoping this one after another, these people will be rolling out of here. It'll be a different story tomorrow. Time fire starts tomorrow night, I'm hoping there won't be 5 or 6 people in here. Everybody heads out on Sunday and goes back to their jobs. Well, YOLO, you come all the way back. Are you going to talk to us? Well, it's, you know, safer by the numbers, I guess. I mean, I've walked 5 or 6 miles of trails the first day here and never seen a soul out there. and today it was cloudy and wind blowing hard, and I probably passed 9 different people out there on different trails. I mean, I was out yesterday evening and probably I had probably walked at least 3 miles from here, and there is young kids running around on the trails out there. The name is Mike YOLO. Look at the picture. And there is another huge campground just directly across the highway from here. YOLO is doing fine, Goku. Doing just fine. Where have you been? You came back too? Goku, I thought you was at YOLO's house. Are y'all at the same house? No, I mean, their campground is nothing like this one. It is just wide open area. They leveled out 10 acres over there and all out in the sunshine, no shade hardly. And it's a pretty well known campground. It's a KOA. YOLO, you told me Goku was with you earlier and you were trying to get him in trouble. I can scroll back and see. Pretty sure you told me he was with you and he was telling us to shut up. Was that not you? I can scroll back and find out. Give me just a second. I'm looking for it. YOLO, you was telling me Goku said he was sorry. You was telling me Gojo said he was sorry, so you were talking to Gojo. And YOLO, you said right here, GoCo is with you. He said, shut up. I can pin it and post it here for you. There is your exact words, YOLO, right there. He said, shut up to you, because he's with me right now. That's what I was thinking too, Crystal. Well, good night, YOLO. We'll see you later. We might have to start moving a little closer to the fire. It's getting chilly, chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. And most of the bugs are under the blue lights too, so there you go. Now my pan should be nice and clean. Oh, I can set my alarm for 7 in the morning and I wake up at 5:30. I mean, even here, I have not set my alarm since Wednesday, and I am up before 7 every morning. I usually start at 6:30 when I'm working, so I'm usually up by 5:30. Oh, let me back her down a little bit. Too much, too much. Well, yeah. Alone time is not always good. I usually have to get to work by myself too, so I can't get enough alone time at work when I'm not aggravated by the boss or someone else. But I also work for the state, which owns these parks, so I get to see them every day. I kind of been alone and self-supporting my whole life, but I do enjoy the company too. Me and the Mrs. D get a lot of travel time together inside the car, so usually when we get to our destination, we are kind of ready to get away from each other again, but we have a lot of fun. She's had doctor's appointments. She's been helping her mom, been babysitting, helping with her grandbabies. She runs a busy, busy time. I just kind of wish that building over there wouldn't have outside lights on. Busy week. Next week is even busier. I can hear the raccoon over in the trash can. Yeah, they do, but I got blue lights behind me here too, so I just wish this place was a little bit darker at nighttime. But 10 o'clock, I like to turn them off, and that way people don't have to worry about my lights bothering people. You know, most people here will turn them off. A lot of people will keep the under lights on for rodents and stuff, but like I say, the first couple nights, the raccoons would come up right by the fire and take hot dogs from me. And it's good. You get a lot of people out here walking around at night. Everybody brings their dogs, and you know how dogs just gotta get out and take their craps. Oh yeah, they destroyed that place over the other night. They had a big pizza party, and those people left boxes and boxes and boxes, and it took a couple raccoons about 10 minutes, and they had them scattered everywhere. They had all the pizzas they could eat. Charles, you keep track of us here, and you make sure you let me know when this thing starts moving. It's hit an hour, and you know how it usually does. It starts stopping comments after about an hour. But like I say, tomorrow it'll be a different story. Everybody in here will be rolling out of here, hitting the highway. I think there's three, one, two, three. I didn't see one down the other. There's three playgrounds right here inside this, within eighth of a mile. Hello, Cripple Creek. How are you? Well, yeah, they were advertising a brand new one of those trampoline things at ground level somewhere around here. Yep, we've been burning away, burning away. We even cooked our dinner on this thing tonight. Cripple Creek is the lady I was telling you about who has the pigs for sale. You guys get that mowing done today and ready for some fencing now, I guess. I believe she said she had a Juliana, and a Yorkshire. Well, I don't blame her. I think goats are a lot more fun. I like to have the fainting goats, or those little pygmy goats. She has a fainting goat or a pygmy goat. A miniature, yeah. You remember that movie they come out with what was it called? The Men Who Stare at Goats, about that secret army group. Oh, you should You should get that and watch it. Pretty funny. I think it had, I can't remember his name. He played in Ocean's 11. George Clooney. Yeah, I remember that one too. Butted the troll off the bridge. Who's that walking on my bridge? She is from Canada, Cripple Creek. I am at Mount Gilead, Josh. There's a lot of good YouTubers that come out of Canada. A lot of good bowlers too. Yeah, there's the Van Wives are from Canada. This Off Grid Living's from Canada. MFB's from Canada. Uh, there's a bunch of people that they have some pretty good shows from up there. Well, very good. That is true. We all have to live our own lives. Charles, are you still with us? I see the numbers dropping, guys. Have we frozen? Cripple Creek, Crystal? Nope, Crystal's still here. This is about where we froze last night, and I think I talked for 30 minutes with no. Everybody was talking to me, but I couldn't see the things. Crystal, do you watch a lot of YouTube lives? I mean, there's so many people. Northern Girl Hobbies is from Canada. She does a lot of off-gridding and making her own foods and showing how to plant certain things certain times, and I just don't think I could handle the winter up there. Ooh. Well, thank you guys. Charles must have went to bed. Well, we got 3 more big chunks of wood. Once they burn and this thing goes down a little bit, I'm going to call it a night. But the problem is that this thing freezes up and I don't know about it because I can see my video, but people just quit talking, or people are talking, but it quits sending. I don't know why. But I see people that come on and do lives for 3 or 4 hours at a time, and Sister Wives. Was that the 2 girls in the van? That Sister, well, I don't think so. I think these are van wives I watched that. I don't think they're too far from. I like watching that Oak Island out of Nova Scotia. Yeah, just getting away from normal everyday is excellent. That's what I was telling them earlier there, that in 2 weeks we are taking off and it's all going to be all hotels. Makes Mrs. D a lot more comfortable. But we went to a few nice hotels that had big outside fire pits burning while we were there. That was pretty cool. Oh, no, I haven't seen that one. He must be from out in, what is that, Iowa or Idaho? Where is it that the Mormons are from? I think they're still allowed to have many wives. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. There's 6 of you here. Now there's 3. Maybe I just shouldn't talk to people. I am just slowly taking things into the camper. I don't believe in all that, but yeah, I just think that's just the way they live. Yep. And I was wrong. There's 4 pieces. Yeah, I can remember growing up, when the old timers, they would work at a brickyard or whatever, and I'd hear a story about one guy who I think he walked, uh, took him 2 days to walk to work and 2 days to walk back. So he was, whatever he worked a week, but he always had a house he would stay at on the way home and on the way there, and ended up having 2 separate families with 2 separate women. And that's just the way they lived. Well, I think the media is evil all by itself, so it doesn't bother me if it doesn't affect me. So that's why we always try and keep it out of the chat. I've worked in factories where you couldn't go in and sit down for lunch or take a break without somebody sitting beside you and wanting to read you scriptures, and then you'd have just the opposite. You go online to work and you'd have to work with somebody that cursed every other word out of their mouth. Lots of strange things going on, but I guess it's all on how you take it. That's probably what made me what I am today. Just, if I don't like it, I'll stay away from it. If I don't like people, I stay away from those. So Mm. Well, it's already after 11. Or 10. But people are still being loud back in the other half, so I'm not going to worry too much. Yep, sometimes you just got to live it for yourself. I always tell everyone you got to take care of yourself before you try and take care of someone else. 8:11. You must be way over on the western side. Crystal, if you were to say you are directly above a state, what state would that be? Montana? Or are you over like Washington? Same here, Cripple Creek, same here. I mean, if you were just looking at a map and you look straight south, I don't know a lot about Canada, but I do know Toronto is over New York. That's about all. And Nova Scotia is out past Maine. Yep, okay. I figure with that time difference, you have to be over there in one of the last two. I think there's one more time zone in Canada that would be 7 o'clock still, like Alaska, out that way. But it's daylight savings time crap going on here, so we have to change ours every year. Do you guys ever change, drop back an hour or move an hour, or are you always the same? That's cool. I don't know what's making all the noise. Absolutely, come on down. I keep hearing a voice, but everything that you can see out there from that building to the right is closed at 10 o'clock. So there should be nobody back there, but I can hear somebody back in there. Probably one of the homeless people. Since I've been here, I've noticed that every day there's certain cars parked in certain spots and people sleeping in them all day long, so it happens every park I go to. We stayed at one place and there was I would say an old four-door car that there was I guess it was a homeless encampment, and every night after dark they had it down to when the game warden would drive through, and then as soon as they leave, that car would bring people in every 30 minutes. They would go to the shower houses, shower, and when it would bring in two people would leave. It rotated them through all night long. People come in, got free showers. Every once in a while, they would just pull into an empty spot and sleep there all night where it was safe. Well, Crystal, you can always come down to Ohio. I would love to find some land somewhere that to make this life possible also, or just a spot that I could work on and have this to do every weekend. But still gets a little too much snow here for me. Well, I think the inner city ones are uh, pretty much overrun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's a lifestyle that most people don't ask for. But then again, Some people want to live that way. We have one lady that stays at our park every night who has a full-time job but doesn't want any bills. So she goes and she works every night and then she'll come and sleep in the park all day long. She doesn't want the hassle of home ownership and all that other stuff, and which is cool. So I can't imagine that where all of her money goes. I mean, it's not like she trashes the place or nothing. She's pretty pretty respectful. But then you got other people who will just come in and 2 or 3 weeks of living in their car, and all that goes into our trash cans or out on the side of the road. We've had a couple people move in for weeks at a time and just throw trash right out the windows wherever they park. That's the ones that we have problem with. But we have two that are in the park all the time that are no trouble whatsoever. But when you get regular hikers and walkers and campers that start to complain about it, then something has to be done. And we got homeless people that come in, and you can stay 14 days out of a month. So you get them that want to come in the 15th of the month and stay to the 1st, and then start over from the 1st to the 15th before they have to move on. So they get 30 days of staying there, which they pay for sometimes. But they live in tents or the cars, and they never move. So the tents burn the grass out, and encampments, uh, I don't know. I mean, if it's not on private land, nothing I can say about it. But I wouldn't want people living on my land and that I couldn't get rid of, but I would. But yeah, like I said, I've been here for 3 days now, and I see the same cars every day pulling in. One's an older gentleman. He parks way over the hill here by the playground and sleeps in one of the shelters all day long. Just goes in there and gets on a picnic table and goes to sleep. Another guy parks right here beside the campground, but he usually leaves at dark and comes back in the morning. Sleeps all day long. Like I say, some people don't choose that life, but some people do. I think we should probably take care of our own first of all. We got veterans that sleep on the streets, and that's sad. Yep, it always is. Yeah, these sanctuary cities now, I kind of have a problem with that, but I won't get into it because it's not the cities paying for it. It's the people who pay taxes in that city that pay for this kind of stuff. And a lot of that responsibility falls on me because I'm the one that's got to clean it up. Well, you guys are still commenting, so we're holding our own for an hour and 45 minutes. I have one more piece of wood to put on there. Kind of like out in Arizona and Nevada, you know, all that BLM land out there. There are people who move out there and never leave. I mean, it's kind of like a free world. They don't care. The law doesn't care. The county, the state doesn't care. And it just gets trashier and trashier and trashier. They had you cleaning up where homeless people have been. I mean, we were, where the heck was we? Uh, I don't know if it was Daytona, maybe Atlantic City, but they had just changed the laws or whatever, and they were there with dump trucks and backhoes, and they were just scooping the homeless people. I mean, not the people, but their belongings, just scooping them up and dumping them in dumpsters. I can't remember if that was Atlantic City they were doing that or if that was down in Florida, but they were definitely cleaning up the place. You know, that's big bucks. I think there's enough places and enough money out there that everybody could have a place to live. But it's kind of the same way with welfare. I don't think it should be handed out. I think you should have to pay your dues to get that. If I'm the government and I'm going to send you $1,000 a month, then you're going to put in 20 hours a week for it or something. I mean, even if it is, you know, like you say, you're practical, just street duty, go out there and clean up, pick up trash, litter. Too many people have had stuff for free, and it's just me saying this, but I know people who've been on welfare and then they have kids and their kids grow up to stay on welfare because that's how they were raised and that's how they taught. They know the system. Generation after generation, just straight Social Security. All right, last timber going on. This place is getting pretty quiet, pretty quiet. Yeah, and that I can understand too. The state here is the same way. You know, they want you to do all kind of stuff and clean up after people. They want you to do welfare checks on people, and I mean, hell, it ain't my job. I mean, I'm not going walking through the park and picking up people's needles. And your little 30-minute PowerPoint class is not going to train me well enough to do that. So that's why I was actually down here this week, because they wanted me to spray chemicals and pesticides. And I'm like, I'm not doing that, you know, just because I watched a 30-minute class on it. If you want me to train me right. And so they said, okay, here's your class, do it. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing here. I mean, they're giving you all the free stuff, and then you know you try and make a little something on the side, and then they want to take it all back. But you know, here people are just, you know, I hate to say it, but they're just lazy because they would rather do nothing at all and live for free than have to go out and do a little work. And you know, nothing against women, but I know plenty of women here that uh, get them a guy and just have 4 or 5 children from different men and live off child support. I hate to say it, but I see it a lot. You know, I've worked over 30 years for people that have rental properties and stuff like that, and I see it every month. HUD will pay 3 months rent for someone, and you know, to get people back on their feet, those people will move in for 3 months of free living and then won't pay rent for the next 2 months, and then a month to get them out, and then by the time that is, you've spent $10,000 cleaning up and refurbishing an apartment to rent it out again. So it's a no-win situation. I've seen it too many times. I have rebuilt complete kitchens and bathrooms that cost my boss $6,000 to have someone move back in and destroy it in 2 months' time to make $1,000 in rent. Yep, nothing wrong with that. I mean, here we got people go to prison and come out with better degrees than what I'm out here living and working for and paying for my whole life. Put them in prison and give them the best education available, better than what you can get being honest and living for free. But I think I'm getting too much into complaining and rattling on about stuff instead of just having a nice chat. Who else do we have in the room besides Crystal tonight? Cripple Creek is still with us. I don't mean to be a downer. Josh Trestor's here, who went to prison and got better degrees. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's all free. No student loans in prison, but and it's not like that. It's not like the homeless, you know. If you're in prison, you're there because you done wrong. If you're homeless, I mean, it may not be your fault, but I think if you're in prison, then it's probably your fault. Or someone got over on you pretty good. Well, there you go. I mean, the drug addiction wasn't why she went to prison. It's something she done while she was under that influence, correct? I mean, I know a lot of people that does drugs that just don't break the law, but you know, heavily enough to be incarcerated over. But well, there you go. That is definitely the wrong route to take. I mean, if you're going to do it, harm yourself. Don't harm others. But then again, you know, if you're addicted, it's hard to keep pace with a working environment. And then if you can't do that, then you got to find money from somewhere. So kind of turned it into a rant, but sorry for that. But sometimes when people ask my opinion, I tell them. But there's only a couple of us in here, and I don't know if anyone's listening. 4 people, guys. Where are you from? What's going on out there? Hello. Did I miss Cripple Creek? Did she leave? I think maybe she did. See, there comes another vehicle out of the back there, and no one is supposed to be back there after 10 o'clock. And we just got another thumbs up from someone. Thank you very much. Say hello in the chat. Hang out with us. We've been here for 2 hours. That's crazy. I can't see the numbers, but I'm hoping we've hit. I forgot what it was now. 11.4, 11.3. Josh, can you tell me what the count number is? Thank you very much for being here. But like I said, the last log is in the fire. I'll probably go back in and watch an hour of the 70 show. And probably a cup of coffee. I don't know. And we just got another thumbs up. Someone's in the room, liking away, not talking to us. But people come through and just say hi. 11.2. Well, we were there. I know you don't see the last numbers, but we were 11-2 when we started. Hard to get 100. By tomorrow, maybe. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Yeah, we try to keep all of our evenings that peaceful. I think I've booted one person a day, every day this week. Sometimes an adult, sometimes a kid, but probably around the same time tomorrow. And hopefully this place will be empty. They never do, Crystal, they never do. Majority of people will come through and say hi and never say another word, unless that's the AI kicking in, but I've had an hour-long live where 3 people talked, and when I shut it down, it tells me that 106 people come through and I've got 25 subscribers. So I don't know why people want to like and subscribe and never say a word. Some people are watchers, I understand. But we appreciate each and every one of them. And who doesn't like a nice fire? Yeah, that's all we used to do, is who could come up with the silliest ghost story. But back in them days, we had family reunions and everything else where everybody got together and had fun. Nowadays, people just don't want to be around each other. That older generation of my parents and my aunts and uncles are all gone, and nobody cares anymore. I try to get my kids together and I make group chats with all of them. They won't even talk to each other. I got 4 children that live in the same town that couldn't tell me what the other kid does any time of the day. One of these days, we're going to be the generation that's extinct, and Law help them. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's what I find fascinating about this is you can get on here and want to talk about something, but it doesn't get shared out to the right people, you know? Nowhere in my profile, my listing, my description does it say anything about gaming. And every live I go on, I always put not for kids. So, but yet 80% of them are children, just like earlier, 6, 7, 8 years old. How did they get in? YouTube has failed us. Very seldom do I get people that just want to talk about camping or hiking or traveling. It's like, oh, what games you play? I play Roblox, I play Minecraft. And that's okay. I'll accept them because they're subscribers, but the algorithm is just screwed up pretty bad. And I'm subscribed to you, and I have never seen you go live. I get people that I first followed when I had 500 and 600 subscribers. Oh, we'll help you out. We'll help you out. You follow us, we'll follow you. And, I get in, subscribe to people and follow and jump in every live that they do, but yet not once do I see anybody come into my lives. And we lost. Yeah, well, but they learned that from other people. They go into people's lives and they'll watch people comment and say stupid stuff and they'll just copy and paste. Well, the 6-year-old evidently was a sibling to the 8-year-old, and then the 8-year-old's cousin popped in, and so it's crazy. But there's little groups of these people that come in and they invite someone else in, then they both start hacking. TikTok is really bad for that, but YouTube kind of control it. But I got YouTube moderators that I don't even know that are in on some lives and others are not. So, I mean, some people can say stuff and be blocked right away by YouTube itself. And then other times people can come in and do the crap and I don't see anything from them. Same way with the algorithm and the sharing, but I can do a live and it goes to, say, Florida, Maine, parts of Canada, and then I can shut that one down and immediately go back into another live, and then it goes to California, Alaska, Germany. Well, they can play their games, but when they start getting stupid, they go bye-bye. But I get adults in here too that are way worse. Sometimes the kids actually talk better. But when I'm on my cell phone, there's no way I can check out their channels while they're talking. Almost every fire is out but mine. But there's one group down there, about 6 of them, that are kind of loud. And then I got one kid in here that's about 12 years old that just comes in and lie, one lie after another. they're driving a car because their dad was high on cocaine and they hit 6 home runs in the same ball game and they worked double shift. I'm like, you're in the 7th grade and you have a job that you work 16 hours a day. Come on. But I go along with them. And now it's even dark here. And now I can hear the screech owls. I shut my blue lights off, so it's pretty dark here. Almost mine too, man. And it is a homeless person because I can see down over the hill behind the nature center, there's a little light going. So somebody's over the hill sitting or camping or whatever they're doing. Well, I reckon I'll be back in hometown there around Tuesday morning. No hurry, no hurry. Well, evidently see now, my live has stopped and started over. I was at 2 hours and now it's 8 minutes and 34 seconds. So something has happened, unless it's midnight. Is it midnight? Not midnight. Yeah, 10:55, and my live started over all by itself. So I'm gonna say good night and get out of here. Poke this fire a few times. somebody else's party's over, so the company's leaving. Yeah, it was over 2 hours there earlier when Crystal was here, and now it's at 9 minutes. But it still shows 9 thumbs, so. All right, man. See you soon, see you soon. We are going to be out of here. There's 2 more people. You still here, Crystal? I'll say goodnight to you. I know Charles is gone. All right, guys. We'll see you soon then. Appreciate you. It's been a great night. Hello, hello. At least you can get in your garage, man. My wife has got mine cluttered. Well, see, as what I'm saying, I get ready to get out and people start popping in left and right. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Just a few more minutes here. Say hello. Tell us where you're from and hit that thumbs up. Well, my grass hasn't been mowed in a week, so I'm sure it's getting pretty high. All right, we are done. We are out of here. We will see you soon.